I was trying hard not to make this video, but every time I see these clips, it really angers me. So I feel like, you know what? Let's just talk about it. So without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I am going to be talking about the US women's national team's exit of the 2023 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, and of course Megan Rapinoe in general with the US women's national team and her legacy she left, and what kind of lasting memory she left for US women's soccer team fans and also just fans of the sport in general, especially in America. So look, we all got to talk about the big elephant in the room, and that of course is Megan Rapinoe's big miss that basically cost the U.S. women's national team to be exited out of the World Cup. Look, the best thing about this is that Megan Rapinoe is retired and she's done. Okay, I am one of many who dislike Megan Rapinoe, not because she's a bad player. I think she's a phenomenal player, but it's mostly just because, of the person she was off the field and the kind of character she portrayed and the way she ended her professional career with the U.S. women's national team in the biggest stage possible for these women. It was embarrassing. Here's the clip. The biggest thing you couldn't miss in this video was not the big ass miss in front of goal to secure the next round placement for the US team, but of course it was the reaction to totally bottling this moment. Now I want to compare Megan Rapinoe's miss in the World Cup to Harry Kane's miss in the World Cup 2022 in Qatar for England. Now this was a goal that needed to be scored in the last minutes of the game to kind of tie it up, send it to overtime, and have more potential to possibly reach the final of this World Cup for England. So let's just take a look. Now you can go ahead and see both similarities from these penalty kicks. Both bottled terribly, skyrocketed to space and far beyond that. But what's puzzling is the reaction from both players. Now, I would say Megan Rapinoe's penalty was under more stakes and pressure than Harry Kane's. I know England has a lot of pressure on their players, but in a penalty shootout, I feel like that's the biggest time to score a penalty is a fucking penalty shootout. So I got to give Rapinoe some slack there. But nonetheless, the reactions from both players, like I said, is what's really drawing and really you can see the perspective from both fan bases. Harry Kane, of course, missing terribly to help his team tie the game up against France and make it to the final and really try to win something for this nation, right? And instead of scoring, he skyrockets it terribly. He totally bottles it. And what does he do? He doesn't laugh. He hides his face in his shirt. Almost instantly, he knows the regret he's going to feel forever. It's going to haunt him in his dreams forever. The rest of his career probably, especially if he never wins anything with England, it's going to ruin him forever, like mentally, in the sport aspect at least. And I think that the way he reacted was a natural way to react because I'm sure while a lot of fans were angry and they were reacting angrily to this penalty miss, I think they would have reacted way more unjust if he just turned around, started cracking up like, just, who cares, bro? Who cares, yo? Yeah. Woke. No, man. It's cringe. It's Megan Rapinoe was absolute fucking cringe, bro. Like, it was honestly terrible. I don't care what you guys think about me, your boy Drew, whatever, but this is, for me, one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen any USA soccer player do in a high-stake game. Like, this is, you know you're retiring after this, and you know your team, if you score this, your team goes on to the next fucking round. And you can continue your woke agenda across the rest of the tournament. But instead, she bottles it. It happens. I get it. Totally fair. But instead of just sucking up and owning up to it and just kind of hiding your face like you should and be upset because you should be fucking upset, instead of all that, Megan Rapinoe goes ahead and laughs it off like, it's nothing. Like, we already, like, basically being like, we already won this shit multiple times. Who cares? Like, I feel like that's the impression I see from a lot of these older veteran players in the women's national team of USA. Whereas I feel like the younger ones really want to make a name for themselves and are hungry, more hungry than players like Alex Morgan or fucking Megan Rapinoe. Like it's just way. It's a total difference. And I can see that on the field because with Sweden, we couldn't score a single goal, bro. Like we're the USA. The women's soccer team's supposed to be the best fucking team in the world. But nonetheless, we sucked. We totally bottled it. And I really don't understand the reactions to the reactions. People are getting upset for coming at Megan Rapinoe for the way she reacted. That's normal. We as fans should be mad at that and calling that disrespect because you're trying to sit here and you're wearing the badge, the USA badge, and not only are you disrespecting the fucking nation by totally dissing the anthem, but also the way you're portraying yourself after bottling this kick, like it's a joke. So I'm glad the USA soccer team is actually out of the World Cup because it was honestly very annoying to watch this team be hyped up by the Fox soccer team, news team, and just be hyped up by fans, and also be hyped up by anybody because it's USA. But you know what? No, man, I knew they were gonna lose because this is not the same team I was used to watching. Carly Lloyd is right, man. They're too woke. They're too focused on issues outside of the field that I feel like they're trying to make that portray. That's making them portray a certain way on the field now while they're playing. Like it's really affecting the way they play now, and that's what I'm trying to say. And it's very ugly. Okay, I'm glad the USA women's national team is out of the World Cup. I don't care if I'm a USA fan. I mean it, man. It was so hard to watch this team because it was not the same team. They were lifeless. They were dull. They were too busy thinking about fucking equal pay, which they don't fucking really need right now. Like, come on, bro. Look, tell me what you guys think about down below. I'm done ranting about this stuff. Come yell at me about your liberal shit. I don't care. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.